Okay, we are going to do a quick demo on showing you how to do a section when you have these ribs right here, and these ribs are for support. So we've got the drawing completely done. We're in our object layer. We're going to click over to the size paper we need, which is going to be an A size for us. And what we're going to go from here is we're going to do our layout. We are going to use our base. We're going to project from model space. Now notice, we're going to need to put it in 1-to-1, and we need it to be in the top view. And that's what we need right here. So we're going to place it, right-click, enter. And that locks us in place. Now we're going to do our section. With our section, we're going to come up here and do a full section. Now, once we do, we hover. We see our tracking line. Remember, the tracking isn't on. It's at 11. Bring it up about a ½ inch away and down. We bring it to the side and place it. All right, now, here's the thing. With this, we have a few problems. This actually does not represent this. What we're looking at is these ribs. So when it's projected full like that, what happens is you're going to see it as a solid piece. So let's go ahead and get rid of our annotation, which we don't need, and let's do some good housekeeping over on this side. Let's go ahead to our cut line, and let's go ahead and redraw a line over top of their original cut line. And at the same time, let's insert our line of sight. Okay, so our line of sight, we're going to go here, and we're going to do it again and go here. Now remember, if your line of sight's coming in a different direction, you can type in the angle, you can rotate, whichever you need. But we're set with our line of sight. At this point, this is where you would add in your center line, whichever you need. I'm just going to do it very quickly here so you can see. I'm going to hover, come out here, and I'm going to bring this all the way through because that needs to be trimmed. Okay? At this point, I'm not too worried about the trimming. I want you to be able to get this looking the way it's supposed to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself back in the actual, let's put ourselves in the MD visible, because that's what this layer is here, these MD visibles. Let's go ahead and click on this, and let's go edit view. We're going to change from hidden lines to visible and hidden. Now it looks extremely confusing, but remember, what we want to see is this area here and this area here. We don't want this area actually hatched. So leaving that on so you can see it, none of this in here matters. So I'm going to go in here with some lines, and I'm just going to pretty much draw over these hidden lines here. And I'm going to make the full area around it so I can hatch that. Like that. So I drew over top. I'm going to do it again to this side. Now this is quite backwards. By rights, it should hatch properly, but like I said, AutoCAD hasn't figured out this part yet with it. So now I've done that. I've just traced over these lines. If I want, I come in here and I freeze off my hatch so you can see it. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this box, and I'm going to come back over here to edit and edit my view. Oops, it's not taking what I want. Let's go here. Edit view, and I'm going to get rid of my hidden lines again and go back to visible. So that's what it looks like. So all I need to do at this point is come back in, and I'm going to put myself in my section layer, which is our hatch layer, and go down to modify, actually go to draw, and go to hatch. I should be able to pick here, and right click, enter. Okay, that's all there is to it. If I came back and I turned on this hatching here so you could see it, you can see this was just the rib. It was just holding it up for support. That's why we needed to go over it differently. So by freezing off that hatching, we'll take it through. So now the next thing, Once you get this done and you go in and you restore your layer states, let's come over here and see if I've got them loaded up where I can do that. And I can import, and let's see, I need to find my LAS files. 3D ready to print with sectioning. And I'm going to open. Okay, this was done with another previous video. I'm going to open it and I'm going to restore my states. Now, oops, what did I do? I know what I did. Let's undo that really quick and let me close this off and let me go back to model space. And that could have been a disaster. Now I will go ahead and restore my layer states. So I'm going to import my 3D ready to print with sectioning, open, restore my states. Now, here's a couple things. My MD annotation needs to be frozen, and on this one, I'm going to go ahead and freeze off my hatch, because if I don't, we're going to see the old hatch. So I made one simple change on that, which should not be bad. So let's check out and see what this actually looks like. So there we go. Of course, I have to trim my center lines. I'd have to change my title block. And yes, Robert, I stole yours when we were using it the other day. So that should set us up. You just have to trim center lines, and that's what it should look like. So we should be good to go. Hopefully that one helps. That one was very confusing because of the way this section had to be done. All right.